Alright guys, so as you can see, the wagon got ran. And as you can tell, there's a donut tire on the front. Well, let me explain that a little bit. So, my heat was the second heat. My buddy went in the first one, and he got taken out because the negative terminal came off his battery, and he didn't realize it. Sorry about the traffic, I hope you can hear me. But, so he came out. All he had was a flat tire on the driver's side, and his passenger door was pushed in a little hard, but that was literally it. That was all that was wrong with him. I go in there, have a blast, make some really big hits as you can tell, and then a Cavalier comes up and whales my tire. Now I bent it just a little bit over. Well, I was having terrible time getting traction because the same shot popped my tire. So she was able to come and hit me a second time. Well, I was barely moving. I could move a couple feet back and it would stop. I moved forward a couple feet and it would stop. And you can see the tire over there. It came off the bead on the back when it contacted the strut tire. So eventually I ended up just breaking my stick. Well, then I got fans choice. So I was able to go out to the feature. But we weren't able to get the strut pulled out enough with the truck. I ended up breaking the strap trying. So my uncle came over and told me just throw a donut on it and get out there and have some fun. Well, we finally got her fired up. I went to go in reverse and we heard the axle grinding. So I have to get an axle and the strut, and this car should be able to run again. The only other issues I have with it is this back tire, which I'll have to change because it's still holding air, but it's all broken and chipped up. Well, I gotta figure out what is causing it to keel over like that. My camera is level. Here. Now my camera is level. That tire bends over, and you can tell from that is rubbing on top of the frame up there. Right there is making contact and rubbing. So I either gotta bend this out or try and see if that donut tire over there. And I got a massive door shot here. Not really massive, but a Cavalier backed into me. Pushed my door in, which nothing wrong with that. I managed to hit, I believe it was a Cavalier, and bend that frame rail up. That tire's fine. This tire is fine. The tire flap actually saved it. See the big shot it took here. But didn't really have a problem, didn't have to use brakes. I did hit a driver's door kind of soft. I threw my hands up, everybody was fine. But what I should have done when I built this car is I should have put a hunk of metal on the frame, so when this bent over, it would only bend over so far. And I didn't do that, and I should have put a tire flap on it, which I didn't do. Which I don't know if it would have helped me or not, because when she hit me, she broke off the tire valve protectors, popped the hole, and bent the rim, which I just now realized actually started to split right there. And as you see, there's so much mud on this tire, the ants are starting to make a colony. Right there. There we go. So, and part of my cap is still on there, so I gotta figure out how to get that off. So, yeah. There's actually gravel from the truck, from being pushed back. which I'm really disappointed because this tire had some amazing tread on it. But I had great traction. Traction was not an issue. I went through what everyone knows is the dead man zone, which everybody gets stuck in. I went through it about 3 or 4 times and didn't get stuck. I was the fastest car out there. It was only, lucky for my first time, it was only 4 cars. My Subaru, 2 Cavaliers, and I believe a Camry. And so to get this car running again, we'll have to pull this out because it's sitting on top of my tranny lines. Fix this strut and see if we can bend this tire back out, which I'm thinking fix the front end, put a chain around it, and see if we can pull it up straight before we put a new tire on it. But I honestly don't know if how good the engine's going to be. It sounded sick in the pits. I'm trying to remember if I had any water in it. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of water laying under there. Let me open the hood here real quick. You can see she came over on top of my tranny lines. Right there. I gotta pull it back out. It did push my hose into the license plate. So that did what it was supposed to. My bumper is starting to go down. But I don't believe the frame is bending. Oh, it might be. It might be going down, but I can't figure out where it's going down at. I think the bumper's just breaking. You can see how it buckled here. Pulled the core support down. Chains are limp. I can actually probably tighten them up. Crease helped keep this from denting. And I got a hefty door shot here. Cavalier backed into it. But then hole there. And a decent hole there when I backed into a cavity and spun around. But yeah, I am disappointed I didn't use the back more. I kind of just threw strategy out the window. And I was just focused on moving and hitting. In fact, if I hadn't got the tire shot, I might have actually at least got 3rd place in my heat, even though there's only 4 cars. What took the next guy out, he was a Cavalier, he lost all power. He didn't even have power to the dash. And the other 2 were together and they just did some inky-dinky door shots. Like, I could have done more damage with my fist. Which I can't blame them, because me and my buddy were going to do that if we got in there. So, haven't decided what I'm going to do. I want to try to fix it and run it somewhere else, but I got to see how healthy the engine is. So I will do another video letting you guys know if I'm scrapping it or not. But yeah, you guys run your Subarus, put a piece of square tubing on the frame, just a little piece, so they won't get you for welding your frame. So when that strut bends over, it doesn't bend over as far, and you still have maneuverability. So yeah, guys, I will catch you guys later.